Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy. Had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar. A straight up That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Break them off some. Yeah. Oh, man. Broadcasting live on this 12 April 2021. Yeah. From the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence, WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments, the Monday edition. I'm your host, Ice. And, I got Flash on assignment doing stuff, so I got my other gunner in the gunner.
I thought I was Flash.
Yeah, exactly. Shipwreck. Yeah, okay, exactly. So Shipwreck is going to be my other gunner. For you guys know, Shipwreck is kind of like our one of our admin guys and works the sound stuff and assists in the teching and all that other crap. So, how you been, man? How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was a blast, man. Had fun. Got to play with some new toys. Got me one of those laser cutters. So I've been cutting up material left and right and trying to make some cool things. But
what laser cutters? Are you like doing 3D printing and stuff like that? I guess that's the big thing going on. Or is like,
oh, no.
Are you doing things that are like of ghost zip zap, ghost like zip zap?
No, there's no ghost thing over here.
No ghosting. What is this? So this ghosting stuff, man. Did you hear? You hear the news? What's going on with this? With all these new Second Amendment? Well, I guess you would say these weapons restrictions, executive orders. What do you think about that? I mean,
sales are running up. I'm making money on stocks right now.
You finna make money on stocks.
I can't find ammo.
Yeah, you can or cannot find ammo.
Cannot.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. You find it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess did you hear? So real quick, what's your definition of a ghost gun? Do you know what do you call a ghost gun? What's a ghost gun?
To me, my personal definition of a ghost gun is a firearm that has no serial number to it to associate what type of weapon or firearm you possess. That's what that is to me.
Is it required? Is there anything that says it's required to have a serial number on said accoutrement of freedom? Is there freedom devices that are supposed to have serial numbers on them? Are they supposed to be accounted for? You know what I mean? It's not like an arms room or something like that. Are they supposed to be? Or
but I think when you sell one or sell or trade, it has to have one. I think so. But I guess they're afraid of people getting firearms and not know who has what.
Well, I kind of think that. And what I'm talking about is the announcement last Thursday when the president talked about, he called on for Congress to pass an assault weapon ban and ban on high capacity magazines, and talking about his outlining request for Congress for gun control policy, and as he said, he's like, there's no reason for someone to needs a weapon of war with 100 rounds and 100 bullets that can be fired from that weapon. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that.
I guess I need to go semi-22 that has a 100-round clip.
Well, I mean, he mentioned to Congress that that Congress, they did pass a 10-year ban on assault weapons in 1994 under President Clinton, and he served as a sentence and expired in 2004. And again, I'm quoting him. I'm not saying that this is me speaking. He's like, for 10 years, had it done, and the number of mass shootings actually went down. Even law enforcement officials have told me, and other champions of this legislation, that sometimes they feel outgunned by assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. He added that we got that done when I was a United States Senator, and it wasn't easy going up against the gun lobby, but it saved lives. Now, again, these are his words. I'm really just quoting the quoteth of this. He outlined 6 actions that the administration was going to take to tackle gun violence prevention, to include action on ghost guns. So, action on ghost guns and red. And Riff Raff. Yeah. Did you see that Private Murphy cartoon where the ghost going woo, the ghost gun? Yeah.
Me and the wife laughed about that for like 2 days.
It's fucking classic. So he even said that, folks, this is just a start. This is just a start. We got a lot of work to do. Again, unquote. This is what the president said. He also called on Congress to pass 2 bills, one that would strengthen background checks and the other would close the so-called Charleston loophole by extending the time federal investigators would have to conduct background checks. So both bills, legislation to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, would need about 60 votes, to make it through the Senate and stuff. And then 10 Republicans will have to cross the aisle to overcome the legislative filibuster that everyone's like really freaking out that they don't want this filibuster to have. So when the president echoed this following, there's like a shooting in Colorado that happened during that time last month, which Biden and Congress should ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Quote, "We could ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in this country once again, and I got that done when I was a senator. We should do it again." Did he really do that? I mean, I'm just kind of curious. Did he really do that? I'm kind of, exactly that. There you go. Todd Taylor, for example, there's some weapons that were manufactured back in the day that don't have serial numbers on them. Now, Gary,
those are collectible items.
Yeah, those are collectible. Exactly that. I have several Freedom devices of the Winchester brand, and I want to know. And everyone's like talking about, oh, this ghost guns. I want to see these ghost guns because a lot of these have serial numbers when they're from the manufacturer. I've spoken to vendors already, and they said, I don't know what this ghost gun shit is. I think people are afraid of this 3D printing stuff. I do have friends though.
Wasn't there an article a couple of years ago about this kid printing off a 3D firearm because he could and put up specs on the internet?
Right.
ATF jumped on his shit. And...
Right. And everyone ATF, yeah, or he he said AFT or something like that. Remember he said AFT in the press conference. But he said, I was like, what are you talking about? AFT.
He had a bad moment.
No, that's what he said. He was like, AFT and I'm sorry, man. His speech, man. His speech when he talks, I don't know. When he's speaking like that, you got to give him. It's
PowerPoint by death.
Yeah, it's monotone. It's fading out. But so also talking about these braces, these short these braces that have these pieces of plastic that now renders some weapons that are being sold, Freedom devices that are being sold as pistols. If you attach an item to it, then it becomes a short-barreled rifle. According to which a long time ago it was considered a pistol with a pistol brace, and then everyone's like, no, then you can put it up. I have again several Freedom devices that back in the day would not be considered that were sold as pistols. You buy them and it's sold as pistols, and that was it. I don't even want to know. It's like asking exactly that. It's like asking someone, what does AR mean? Hey, nobody knows. Everyone's like, assault rifle. Assault rifle. That's what it means. It means assault rifle. People freak out.
We got assault knives.
Do we have assault knives?
Yeah, they've been used. People have been assaulted by knives lately in the last month or so.
Well, I mean, I get the point that everyone is concerned about the look. You're not going to convince me. I don't think you're going to convince anybody at WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments about we're not going to. I'm not going to bend on this. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You can say whatever is legal or illegal and all that. Shall not be infringed, yada yada.
I want to see them try to do the high mag issues because didn't California?
Colorado.
Large mags are okay now.
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of it is grandfathered as well. I know some states that have now not allowed high capacity magazines, which magazines can hold more than 20 or 25 rounds. If you've already had them, then you have them. If they're not, you just can't manufacture them to sell them and all this stuff. So, dude, I think a lot of it is playing on, and I think this is the AFT. It's playing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna play that. The AFT, because I think there's like some algorithmic stuff. If you say the other word, then they might come knocking on the door, and I'll be like, welcome to the jungle type stuff. You know what I mean, and all that. The AFT, we'll just say quote unquote the AFT, as long as they can't make up their mind what's illegal and legal and all that, and they just seem to make up their own shit. I'm not a fan of the I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the ATF. Everybody knows that too. Everyone's like, well, what about sensible, well, we talked about this before, right? We talked about the sensible gun laws and common sense gun and all this stuff.
They do a lot more than just gun stuff. They do tobacco and other things, but
yeah, okay,
mostly firearms.
Why don't they focus on weed or something like that? You know what I mean? Because isn't that alcohol, whatever. When you kind of think about it though, why are they focused about weed? Well, how come they're not? I'm not jumping on. Is that like a DEA thing? But anyways, I digress. I'm not going to bend on this. You've noticed lately in the news, I was talking to a couple of friends that I talked to, and we discuss a lot of the stuff every time the news, and they ask me, hey, how do you feel about this or whatever. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, watch, look what happened now after the push for gun legislation. You're going to see reported a lot shootings. You watch.
Happens every time.
And yeah, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, where all these shootings come from? You mean where all these reported shootings come from? Because now it's almost like the shootings have all happened. Now again, people are going to say, well, see, there you go. You're saying that, see, the shootings have always happened and all that. Well, it's not just one area, but it's just now they're really freaking highlighted. They're really starting to get highlighted on when anytime someone speaks about gun legislation, then immediately, the next thing you know, I've said and I watch. I told a friend of mine, I said, watch. And as soon as they start talking about gun legislation, I'm going to send you a count of how many articles. And no shit, I stopped at 15. I stopped at 15 articles and alerts and all that of shootings because
how many days?
It was like within 2-3 weeks. It was like almost 3.5 weeks. Almost a month. And immediately, all of a sudden, the big harumph. Oh, see, this is this is weapon armed. Oh, we need legislation. Common sense and internet. Now look, it's a debate. It is a debate that's going to go back and forth with individuals that can try to tell me, exactly that. Pip, there was a school shooting today. There's actually 2 of them today. One in California, and one in Knoxville. You're gonna talk about this the Second Amendment stuff.
They had a shooting in California, and then isn't California one of the strictest states on firearms?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they are. Yeah.
So how restricting more firearms is actually going to work? It doesn't work there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to it's not going to work at all because fear is a tool. There you go. Man, see, there you go. Everyone's chiming. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows what's going on. They're even said, the president said not all the amendments are absolute. Didn't he say something like that?
Oh yeah, that struck a nerve with me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it struck a nerve in every single active duty officer enlisted too.
Well, no, but think about this though, man. Think about who we're talking about. Think about who. Think how we're talking about. We're talking about now. If we're talking about that amendment, then if no amendment is absolute, then let's. So does that mean we don't have to worry about paying taxes anymore?
Taxation is bad.
Taxation, yeah. I'm gonna stop paying taxes, right? Oh, so you're saying that you want to bring back you want to bring back slavery? Are you saying you want to you want to abolish the First Amendment? Are you saying you want to abolish searches and seizure? Oh my God! Someone says, "What does this have to do with the Army?" It sounds like an NRA propaganda tactics network. Mike, no way, Mike. This is news commentary and discussion on WTF Nation Radio. It has nothing to do with Army. Has everything to do with what's affecting you. This is just news, man. We're just grabbing clips from the news and providing our opinion. Yeah, exactly. So what does this have to do with the Army, man? Are you freeze dried or do a hard time, Mike? And when's the first time you joined WTF Nation Radio? First time you ever
Hey,
listened to
he
us?
can call in.
I don't. Again, it doesn't matter. I mean, if he's going to say, I'll be honest with you, Mike, and then you bring up a good point. The NRA blows. The NRA blows anyways when it comes to all this fighting against, and we're going to make sure your rights are secured. All they want to do is tell me. Well, this is when I was a member. All they want to do is tell me how much I need to give them my money. Give them my money to help them stop against the evils of people who are trying to take my guns, and it's not fucking working. And then after I became a member, then they said about 9 months later, said that I needed to pay more money to maintain my membership when I just paid my membership because they're attacking the olds, right? So the NRA really isn't a really good fucking lobbying network. They say they are, but they're not. They're full of crap.
Well, they used to actually, NRA way back in the day was actually a good nonprofit organization until they started lobbying with politics, because they were actually all about educating youth and getting people rights to have firearms, but it was mostly to educate the youth on firearms and firearm safety.
Right.
That's the main reason why they came about, and
right.
also,
well, I mean, they're teaching weapons safety and all that back in the day. It's an institution just like any other institution that's been plagued by politics,
Yep.
and they really don't. Have you seen anything aside from them offering ball caps and with black and gold, with gold letters in the bag, and if you join now, have you seen any of them talk about have you been on any of their websites? Aside from them wanting to take your money.
The other day, because I had to sign up for an instructor course, since I do participate in Boy Scout stuff, and I gotta get certified as an instructor for safety reasons. But so I have to deal with the NRA to get licensed to do what I need to do.
Right.
Unfortunately, but
you get stickers. Exactly that. That's all you get is stickers. Stickers of them telling you how many you're how much you need to within your 1 year membership you got to pay. Oh, you need to catch up on your membership. Well, bitch, I just paid for this thing. Well, now you're saying
I don't pay attention to that. I just kind of ignore it, and then I look at the other side of the house about education and competition that they support, but they need to get away from the politics and go back to their roots.
Well, I mean, according to them. According to them, that donors provide the NRA with resources necessary to fund programs to educate, train, and continue the legacy of competitive and recreational activities in all disciplines. I just don't think that I just don't think they freaking are worth the crap. I just don't think that they've done. In other words, it's like some big lobbying group that you normally like, the VFW. I don't know, the VFW, the IAVA. I don't know, American Legion. They seem to be doing lobbying pretty good for veterans. You hear a lot more about stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they lobby very well.
Yeah, as Tina says that we need to actually do is education reform to teach weapons, not to assault people and be bad guns. Dennis says that if they ban all weapons, who will they go and who will confiscate them? And then Mike says, I believe that we have the right to own a weapon. I've served. That's why I was curious about what this was about. Oh, okay. Well, we've all served too. We've all served too. This
who would
is
actually confiscate them? Law enforcement, or would the DoD get involved?
Dude, man, they can't even enroll vaccines. They can. I mean, I don't like trash on the DO. I mean, no, I should take that back. Our North and Northcom, they're doing a pretty good job flexing those vaccines out. I shouldn't rag on them, but you're gonna try to take weapons away from some. I don't know how many weapons are in the country right now, as opposed to how many we have. I don't know what a couple times over the population when it comes to freedom devices as opposed to the population of the U.S. I mean that we're tracking at least, that we would that we could highlight. But it goes back to the question of the what is considered common sense gun laws. What is a common sense? And nobody wants to talk about the. It's just me. Nobody wants to talk about how the majority of these shooters have had some sort of mental health or some type of psychotropic medication or something like that. Nobody wants to talk about that, right?
Yep.
I don't recall
or weird religious beliefs.
Well, I don't recall anybody stoned on high on weed shooting up something. You know, if anything else, people who do a lot of weed are really fucking paranoid. You know what I mean? They'll just look at fucking.
Well, they're spending all their money at the gas station. You know?
Exactly. That's right. See, there you go, Jonathan. I've lost so many guns in recent freak boating accidents. You too? Were we in the same lake, man? Was it Lake Belton? I remember I lost a couple bags there too.
I think that lake was 200 feet deep.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know. It just sucks. I just lost some. Just lost some. But I've noticed that nobody wants to talk about these. Better criminal control, not gun control of illegal ownership. That's right, man. I'll be honest with you, Robert. You're right. I would rather have somebody. The criminal control. No, again, it goes to the mental health stuff. It's all like a circle of life or I could say a recipe for disaster when it comes to the way these gun regulations work. It also varies from state to state too on how fast someone wants to process the paperwork, especially for someone who's been in the military or somebody who has been convicted of domestic violence and they're not filed properly under the Lautenberg Amendment, which is obviously if you're convicted for domestic violence, you're not authorized to own a weapon. And there you go.
Even if you have a felony?
Dude, domestic violence. If you've been convicted of domestic violence, you can't own a weapon.
No,
that
I'm
is
saying felony in general.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about. Well, I'm just talking about in general with just one of them. I'm just bringing an example, but there's not enough proper reporting throughout the agencies. Like for instance, just our military system when they process soldiers out for behavioral health or whatever. That's another thing too. That's a touchy subject. Yes, when we talk about behavioral health, I mean you don't have to answer this question, but I'm just as being rhetorical. But if you were told by a clinical psychologist or a psychiatric person saying, "Dude, this again a rhetorical question to everybody. I'm not saying you, anybody. When I say you, I'm not naming any names. I'm just
hypothetical speaking.
But yeah, exactly. Hypothetically speaking, if a certified clinical psychologist and psychiatric individual said, "Hey, look, dude, you just can't own a weapon, man. I'm sorry, you're not." Well, how would you react to that? If all of a sudden, because we talk about the stigma of reporting, and some individuals would say. Yeah, exactly that, Rob. Exactly that. What would be the limit? See, man, Rob, you're like answering. You're reading my notes. You're like ahead of the notes. It's the same thing. What would it be considered? Would it be PTSD? Would it be something that of an event that had occurred to you? You've been assaulted or sexually assaulted or raped or beat up or been in a car wreck, TBI, brain damage. What's considered limiting when it comes to what would be the broad spectrum of classifying somebody mentally enabled to? Don't we do it for driver's license? Do we do it for driver's license?
Yeah, but they take a test.
Oh, say that again. Eyesight. What else? Don't they do that with the olds, like the seniors in Florida? Isn't there like an age limit? No, that's a bad example because the old people be driving in Florida like crazy. They're like, and then they yell at you.
If you hit a certain age, you gotta take a written test again in some states.
Yeah,
I know they check your eyesight all the time. And
right, because I know they're talking about increasing or leveraging the red flag laws. Now the red flag laws, to me, subjective to whom? Hell, we just had a police officer shoot somebody thinking that they were using a taser.
Wasn't that a cell phone?
What are you talking about? There's a shooting right now. There is some civil unrest happening right now in Minneapolis. Reason why is because a police officer during a felony warrant stop, police officer pulled out her pistol, her service pistol, which was a Glock. And she immediately said, "Taser, taser, taser," and pulled the trigger. And then she realized, oh shit, I shot him. Like realizing it was a pistol. Not like a taser. You know what I mean? So
I wonder how long she's been working too.
Doesn't fucking matter, dude. You should be able to know. Police officers, the law enforcement community, looks like to me that agency didn't look like they were having enough. I don't know. Can you freaking grab a pistol? And know the difference.
Pistol and a taser is
I was about to say, yeah. Can you tell?
Oh yeah. It has different grips and all that, and different weight ratios.
Tina says that any mental issues that are aggressive or illegal domestic violence or any type of psychopathy or sociopathy would be the one. Former gun control advocates, yes, you're right, did target PTSD. They did, because that was Senator Feinstein almost got in a big furor because she was trying to articulate that veterans who would go through some of this stuff, and immediately everyone thought that she was going after vets. So a taser has a bright color on the upper. Well, it didn't matter. She grabbed that shit and Doc Derek said that cop needs more sergeant's time training. Well, she's more than likely going to get fired. Or that was a bad shoot. So I mean, I saw the video and I'm like, holy crap, that's a bad shoot.
It comes down to training. A lot of these departments I've been noticing with these stories, they have lack of training. Like if you're looking at I hate to say it, but the case that's going on for the death of Mr. Floyd, their training department comes on the stands and stuff, and they're like, well, how do you know training of this or training of that? And they're like, oh, it's just an 8-hour block of training. These are the subjects, and they go to whatever block they want, and we write down they did the training for it all.
And Robert's got a good point, too. I know some agencies do not do that. They do not have lethal and non-lethal on the same side. I know some agencies they said non-lethal on the chest or on the opposite, reverse draw, is what I've heard. So that way, you literally have to get like a quick reaction thing would be that if you're going to go non-lethal, you're going to either draw across your chest or do a reverse draw. But yeah, it's almost like a funding thing, exactly that, and a training. The lack of training. She pulled out that pistol, and I'm like, what's she doing? Just look at the video. You can Google that shit. And if you can't tell the difference between a taser and a Glock, you have no different business being a police officer. Exactly. See, Dan even says that too in Baltimore City. There's a reverse draw. See this, so most agencies have a specific SOP to know that muscle memory would be reverse draw or across the chest.
Which muscle memory comes down to training.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was next to another officer, and she drew back behind him too. So it's kind of like I said, in a situation like that. Again, I'm not in a situation like that to know, but I know for a fact that repetitive training. Damn, dude, Robert, you literally were just saying what I'm about ready to say. Muscle memory just creates it. Repetitive training. There's magazine drills like when we were in, rapid magazine changes. Media action drills, remedial action drills. Yeah, 3 different. Yeah, exactly that. So there's a lot. I can take it. There's some Leos in the audience right now that can attest to the way she drew that weapon. But everyone, watching the video, you saw her training on that, and then of course, she shot the guy and then he took off. So, whether it was felony warrant or not, I don't. And you're going to use lethal force like that. Nobody deserves to get shot. Do officers get enough in-service training and follow the SOP? Wait, are we talking about police officers or are we talking about officers in the Army? I know aside from officers in the Army, they're right now they're training with a new pistol anyways, a new SIG. Actually, not a bad rid too to fire. It's a nice little pistol. But no,
they're upgrading with firearms again.
Yeah, the M11 is what they're calling it.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice pistol. It's a nice little pistol. Oh, okay, so it's police. They should. Hey, see, even Pamela saying the same thing. Your service weapon. When I held a taser in my hand before, I felt like I was holding a little toy gun. It was the X26, one of the newer, X26, projectile launch, laser, with that little camera on an X26 taser. I fired that thing. I felt like I was firing a toy gun. It didn't even feel like a little Nerf pistol. You know what I mean? It didn't even feel like a friggin'. Like a real gun. It's like, what the hell is that? You grab a Glock though. You grab a Beretta. You grab a SIG. You grab a S&W. You grab a, Springfield Army XD. Whatever your service side armor is going to be. You're gonna know that you're gonna feel the heft of it. You know what I mean?
Weight difference.
Yeah, you're just gonna feel the heft. You know what I mean? I want to see what Dan says. My father was in the PD of the same city. He stayed in the academy twice as long as it is now. Physical standards have been lowered. Police departments are spending so much money on overtime they don't have time for training. Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about, Doc. Hey, I say the same thing, man. Or a para ordnance 1911 dual stack. I'm just saying, you know. I know my friends. I know some of my friends like to call me what a FUD is. You know, they like make fun of me because I like to, you know, I like to highlight and showcase the 1911. I'm old school, you know. Little slab size there, old mule, you know what I mean? Thumb buster.
So that means you're a real man because you carry a 1911.
Well, I mean, I don't carry it.
That's
but
what Doc's saying.
Well, I don't. I mean, like for concealed carry and EDCs, you know, your everyday carry, you want to carry a full size 1911. Shit, dude, that's like freaking a full frame 19. It's almost like you're advertising that you're, you know what I mean? You're, I'm gonna show you my, you know. But I don't know, man. I mean, but again, I'm just talking about everyone. I don't mind discussing guns. I can talk guns all day. I love talking guns. My whole point is that we're talking about red flag laws now, and like Pip said, it's going to be a slippery slope. What is going to be the goalpost? What is going to be the line in the sand of what a red flag? Because it's going to be the tattletale laws that be done for something else, or is going to be you know what I mean? Is it someone's going to be like, I don't like you, Shipwreck, and you scared me. You said something mean on the internet. Your tweets and your DMs are so scary. You scare me. You're bad, Shipwreck. I'm gonna go call the cops. And the next thing you know, the cop comes knocking on your door saying, "You hurt so and so's feelings, so we're gonna have to take your guns."
And I need you to take your firearms.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your firearms because someone's a bitch. And you know what I mean? What is the? And then of course, police officers, just like Big Sarge in the Army. They're gonna think, oh, okay, well that's gotta pass it up. I mean, there's got to be some sort of some sort of process to get a red flag in. Judge, you know, like a judge for a warrant. You know,
there's gonna have to be a set standard.
A warrant.
But it's still going to be hard to enforce because if you show up at my door like that, I'm slamming the door in your face.
Well, I'm just saying, you know. And not to be hostile or sound like I'm hostile, but you could need a warrant, right? I mean, a red flag law for a red flag law is a red flag law that you're going to have what? What's going to be considered part of it? Is going to be some sort of complaint or what more than likely a restraining order, right?
No.
Yeah, and then or a police report previously filed, right? That's one. A series or indications of behavioral health or something like that. You just can't just immediately assume red flag.
There should be a pedestal step system like they have for doctors with medical. You got to do this before this, before this, before this.
Right.
This.
Right. Robert's got a good point too. Red flag laws are going to be so misused and subjective and objective and non-objective is all subjective, objective as well. Yeah. It's going to be hard to say. It's going to be hard to someone where, you know, or a doctor. Who are they going to pick as the doctor to do it? Who's going to be the outside psychiatric individuals? It's going to be hard. Now, had they done this way back in the day and then actually started processing this stuff, do trial and error to make sure things were going right, then we're probably not going to deal with the stuff we wouldn't be dealing with it right now. They all differ exactly that way, and they all differ. They're going to be to the point to where a doctor. Or hell, just a judge or something in the county or something in the system, in the social service system, is going to say in one state that I fly off the handle and I yell at you and get pissed off, and the next thing you know, you go home, call the cops on me because I told you to get the fuck out of the. You took my parking space or something like that. And I go, hey asshole, you took my parking space. And then next thing you know, they're going to take my license plate down. Yeah, this guy right here took his license plate because he told me that I was an asshole for taking his parking space.
I can see how that's going to work in a fair.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're just better off running him over. And I'm just kidding. I'm not saying or anything at all. I'm using hyperbole in this diatribe. But I'm just saying.
Make sure you go in reverse and forward again.
If you're gonna go out, you might as well go out. If you're gonna go out, you know, with some gusto, there, you might as well go out big. No, but no, literally, I mean, we laugh about it, but that could be the case. That could be the case where someone's gonna sit there and say, "Hey, look, I don't like the way I said that to get out of my way, and I saw fury in his eyes, and I was scared. I'm gonna take his license plate down. I'm gonna call 911, and then 911, what's your emergency?" Some guy drove by and yelled at me and said that I was an asshole for taking his parking space, and he scared me. And then is that the process? Is that what's gonna happen?
He wouldn't let me merge into the lane.
He wouldn't let me merge in the lane. Well, it depends. Well, whoa, hang on. What do you mean merge in the lane? Because there's individuals that are complete dicks and don't know how to merge, okay?
True.
So think about that, right? And we're never get in an argument about what's considered merging. You know, when you're driving down the road and it says, right lane ends, merge left. And immediately...
And that's going to happen with the red flag laws, because there's not going to be a set gold standard.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
How to merge.
Exactly. Nobody knows how to fucking merge. You ever drive down the highway, especially when you're driving in the South, when you're driving in the South and you're driving down the road, and all of a sudden you see a sign that says right lane ends, merge the left, and you're like, okay, cool. So I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden you start seeing people starting to form a line in the left side, and everyone's like, what are you doing? They're honking at you. Because you're driving by the line, because you were told to merge when the right lane ends, right? So are you the asshole for not lining up with everybody else and causing traffic jams and causing a lot of issues when you could have just zippered, which is called merge? It's not merge, it's not a fucking French word for some fucking yogurt. So I'm you damn right, I'm gonna be in that right lane. Matter of fact, I have when I'm like going on trips with some friends or something like that. We got like three vehicles, a 3 little vehicle convoy, just doing a cross country trip or something like that. We're driving like 3 deep. You damn right we do that. Everyone is in the right lane. Everyone's like, you guys are a dick. You're just gonna meet the I'm just gonna crash into me. Oh, you're just gonna crash into me? Did you know it's illegal for you to prevent somebody to merge when the right lane ends, when you're told to merge left or right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's welcome to Florida. All right, Gordon, how did you know I was talking about Florida? Or traffic circles too, Gary. Oh my God, yeah. Nobody knows how to drive in traffic circles. So I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. I can't believe you talked about that. You're saying that stuff. That's so...
So you're going to stay in the right lane in the traffic circle and just go around?
Well, no, I mean, because, if you live overseas, you live overseas, you're not careful, and you're held liable for an accident being caused in the traffic circle.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, big time. So, when you're stationed overseas, you don't mess around.
And you don't talk back to the police either.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all. So again, it's I don't know how we got back into traffic, but traffic circles trigger you. Yeah, really. Yeah.
That's road rage.
That's road rage.
For road rage counseling.
Or somebody who doesn't know how to drive a traffic circle, and they're like, I don't know how to go out. Rob, you drive through traffic circles. There's some Joes that when I was stationed in Europe that did it on accident. They didn't know that they were, they thought they were just like whatever. People stop at a yield sign. Yeah, exactly. See, now we're going from common sense gun ownership to idiots on the road. Any one of those idiots, see, with the red flag laws, any one of those idiots that got...
They're the ones that are trying to make the laws.
They're the ones that... the ones that don't let you merge are the ones trying to do red flag laws. There you go. How about that? So fight for better traffic laws too. No, actually, it's illegal. Again, it is totally illegal.
Well, that's the cage. Ridge is going to be triggered all this time.
Exactly. Dude, I'm telling you what, it again, fix our mental health. Let's fix our fucking laws. And if we're gonna go red flag, we should have done red flag right a long time ago instead of just flat dicking on the shit. You should have not had. We should not have been waiting this long. If the gun debate and gun ownership should have been a big deal, I am pretty sure individuals you could have talked with the gun lobby. There's no real specific individual that can speak for the gun lobby. Because you don't have a conglomerate of gun owners or gun associations or stuff like that. It's not like the press. The press is all jacked up, but they all get together. They all have the same messaging coming across. When CNBC says something, Fox, anything's got to say anything against Fox, or anything's got to say anything about right-wing media or something like that. CNBC, CNN, all those freaking MSNBC, all those guys right there. They all are on the same message. They're all on message. It's almost like they're all having a conglomerate of media stuff. We don't have that shit for the Second Amendment. We don't have a bunch of associations sitting around. They're all flexing on each other. Talking about how one does more than the other or whatever. Now we're back to driving on traffic. People don't know how to use a turn signal, period. Wayne, you're still stuck on that traffic, right? Is that
You're paying out a flasher.
Isn't there a business council for weapons manufacturers? I don't know. They're all going to blame COVID. I miss Walter. Oh, man, I miss Walter Cronkite, too, man. I miss it. You just talk about something in the news. You know, we talk about SpaceX, you know, or we talk about something like that. Someone's going to mention something or make it political just by posting something in any type of news. Two people get in a fight, and immediately there's going to be some politicized bullshit that's going to go alongside it. However, but going back to what I was saying, the media conglomerates, they're all doing it together. They're all together on the same fucking sheet of music. The Second Amendment people, all over the place, dude. All over the place. Cannot get at one specific message all across the board or have anybody speak. And then you have people in Congress who are like speaking for you that can't even articulate themselves out of their own personal troubles. A bunch of politicians do.
Get out of paper bags there. They're like,
what about that What about the Virginia traffic stop on the LT? What about it? I want more information.
I didn't take long to ask.
Yeah, I know. I was like waiting for that shit. Someone was gonna ask me about that stuff.
I'm gonna ask right before break.
You can ask, yeah. You can ask right before break. Well, I will say this is that you know, the Army leadership and you know, there's a leadership out there in the Army that has said they're gonna wait. They're gonna make some comments about it, but they're gonna wait for the investigation to conclude. And then you know, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, there's more to the story. I want to know more. I want to know everything from the dash cam of the vehicle. I want to see what happened. Because everyone right now is talking about this. But what really pisses me off and I'm really seeing is that everyone not... Like, I thought, you know, all you vet bros out there, all you bro vets out there, that like to say we all bleed green and we're all the same and we're all like fucking, we're all family. You fuck with, we may rag on each other. I saw a meme today. We may rag on each other's services, like we make fun of the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, but we're all family. You can't fuck with us. Blah blah blah.
Can't leave Coast Guard out of it now.
And Space Force.
Oh yeah.
But immediately all of a sudden now everyone's jumping on the fact, well, what he should have done. Exactly that. Armchair quarterbacks, exactly. You know, I want to see what the dash cam said, but however, I'm kind of like, you know, right now, from what I'm seeing from the police camera right now, from what I've seen on the police camera, what I've seen on the body cam, I've been pulled over before, and we tell our soldiers for safety briefs, hey, if you're going to get pulled over by cars you don't recognize and you're in an area you're not familiar with, drive to a lighted area. We fucking say that all the time to our troops.
Yep. I'm kind of glad the Army's actually waiting until the investigation's over before they open their mouth about it.
So, but my point is that we tell our soldiers, don't get pulled over, you know, move away from lighted area. The guy was in uniform too. So, you know, you kind of think, you know, Leo's in the uniform and stuff like that. I don't want to say it's going to give you an extra cushion of security, but goddamn, dude. And some of the reports are saying that he had driven an hour, a mile and a half away, and then drove into a well-lit area. Well, part of our fucking crime prevention briefings when we tell our soldiers. See that one time? I remember because I gave fucking 4-day weekend safety briefs. If you feel like you're gonna get pulled by the cops and you're not fucking comfortable with it, go in a fucking well-lit area and make sure you see credentials and ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. If you're going to, or if you really feel fearful for your life, which he did say, I'm actually afraid for my life or something to that effect, and they say, well, you should be. That's what they told him back.
Yeah, what I saw in the cams and what I read about.
Yeah.
I want to know more, but from what I have read in public domain is that so far he was in the right. He slowed down, put the flashers on, went to the lighted area, stopped the car, turned the car off, put his hands out the window, and two cops showing up pointing guns at him. Right.
So there was a brief that we used to do for crime prevention. One of your crime prevention briefing tips when you were first sergeant, when you go to the company commander's course, they even tell you make sure you brief your troops for crime prevention. We even have the CID and MPI and the MPs on the installation say, when you brief your soldiers for crime prevention tips, if they're getting pulled over, make sure they pull into a well-lit location if they feel uncomfortable, they feel unsafe. These are cops telling us this shit. Or if you feel like there's an impersonating cop or there's a case of cops being impersonated, call 911 and tell them where your location is and, hey, am I getting pulled over? Is this legit? You know what I mean?
That's right. They didn't ever declare why they pulled him over.
No. They never told him why they fucking stopped. Everyone's like, oh, well then, now come to find out that he had a weapon. Oh, no. Oh, we were just talking about freedom devices, so now you're saying that his Second Amendment right now, you say you can't carry a pistol, you can't have a pistol? Come on. I'm going to look at you all right now. I'm looking at all you right now. 1.3 million of y'all right now. You know you've ridden fucking, I would say, dirty. You know you've ridden with a gat in your ride. You know you've had your pistol in your vehicle. You know that. Don't bullshit me with some. I have even had instances where I'm like, oh shit, I think I got my weapon in here. I think. Then I remember, yep, I do. I'll get pulled over. Shit. I'm declaring a weapon. Oh, okay, cool. Right. There you go. So don't everyone come up with this bullshit of, oh, well, he had something. There's a dude on fucking Twitter right now that's pissing me the fuck off about this bullshit. Saying, look at this bad LT. This bad LT is doing this. What kind of shit is that? What kind of uniform is he wearing? Really, dude? Former fucking Marine? Shit talking?
It's too early to shit talk until, yeah. That guy needs to get educated.
Well, I mean, and the guy that's shit talking is some fucking commentator from fucking Newsmax. His name's Greg Kelly, by the way. He's a USMC veteran. I'm beginning our dragging phase right now because we're going to drag another person after the break. But his name is Greg Kelly, USMC veteran and host of numerous programs, of course, is what he says. He's on Newsmax, WABC, and a podcast, right? And all he's doing is shit-talking this dude. Shit-talking this lieutenant. Fuck, man, I thought when I got out of the Army, we were supposed to pass on the knowledge and wisdom of my age and service and definitely fucking mentor the children's. But you know what? Stop that shit. You've all fucking known. You've carried pistols in your fucking ride. So I don't want anybody jumping on his ass saying they're taking fucking sides.
Never on post with it, though. I never have it on post.
It doesn't. What my point being is that he was coming back from drill. He's an Army reservist. He was coming back from drill, right? Some armories, you're not allowed to park your vehicle right there because it's considered property, blah, blah, blah. And you're obviously not allowed to carry a pistol and that. So what do? I've seen it done. Because I've done it when I was back in the day. I don't park my vehicle in an area where I could just walk across the street. Where it's not in the armory. You know, everyone is sitting here talking about, he had a gun in his center console. Okay, come on, stop. You can't sit there and go all fucking freedom-loving, Second Amendment and all sorts of shit, and all of a sudden saying because now he declared it. So see, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing is like fucking getting wrapped. Whatever happened to the fucking we bleed green shit?
Those are after effects.
My brother's keeper. My brother's keeper. I didn't see no fucking vet bros running in a goddamn in a fucking truck saying that these police officers need to be fired. Right? I didn't see nobody. I didn't see all these guys fucking ranting and throwing fucking Black Rifle coffee everywhere. Freedom isn't free. Don't fuck up that poor LT. Everyone's got exactly that. Everyone's in the comments right now. Should I just delete all the comments because everyone's like admitting what they got? Exactly. After Major Hassan, everyone fucking carried exactly that, bro. Exactly that, Graham. If you're a fucking hood,
boating accidents.
Yeah, there's a lot of boat. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of boating accidents happening after this fucking show. So that's not really why this whole premise of the show tonight is gonna be. I'm gonna be dragging an individual who just decided to use the Arlington National Cemetery as a fucking backdrop for his political campaign. And I'm like, dude.
Hey, we gotta
Nope, we're gonna drag his ass.
Oh, we gotta go to break here, and then we're gonna get in details on this because that doesn't sound right.
Oh, we fit to drag him.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna drag him. His name's Harold Earls, and he's running for he's running for office, I guess. So, but he's a big man, right? He's big, Mr. Billy Badass. Throwing that fucking commercial up there. You can delete it all you want, bro, but we got it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, my brother's keeper, right?" So we're gonna take a break right quick, and then we're gonna drag this dude. We're gonna drag Harold Earls. I even tagged him on Twitter because that seems to be his presence right now. So I hope you were listening, Harold Earls. As a matter of fact, you're a West Point graduate, and several of your classmates have brought this up to my attention. We're gonna show this video right after break, by the way. So as soon as break's done, I'm gonna show you this political ad. I'm gonna let you all fucking judge for yourself. So, the comments are already reacting, right? So everyone, let's take a break. And we fit in a drag.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. Boys headed to war in this world unknown. hear a rocket attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. We ain't far from Kandahar.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right, we're back. So, as promised, I'm gonna show you this freaking video from Harold Earls, okay, running for office. And I'm gonna let you all be the judge of this. Let me kill the music right quick. And I'm gonna let you guys and gals be the judge of this, and I'm gonna let you guys just play it fucking through. And of course, I might like throw a couple sidebars myself. I might have my own comments as this is going along. But I want you guys and gals to watch this and just realize what the hell. So for that, here is the video.
You're not going to give them time to get some popcorn at least?
Yeah, really.
I just hung up that uniform for the last time. Where every day at 4:50 a.m.
There he goes.
Rain or shine.
There he goes.
I dedicated my life to America's most hallowed ground.
Oh, look at that.
Where I served as the commander of the guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Late one night as I was guarding the unknowns, I looked out and I could see the U.S. Capitol. How was it that just 2.5 miles away from America's most hallowed ground, where respect was on display every day, Across the Potomac, there were elected officials defacing the very values that the heroes I guarded
look at that.
died defending.
Totally fucking illegal to do that right there.
I'll never forget seeing a
So is
headstone with a crayon drawing of the family.
Alright.
Written in a child's handwriting.
Look at this next scene coming up in a
"I
minute.
love you,
Watch.
Daddy."
Check out this next one right here. A flag
I hugged
presentation
my
is
two
going to
little
happen.
boys
Watch.
extra tight that night. Not forgetting the solemn reminder of those that didn't get that privilege. Because their daddy died, defending our stars and stripes. Those very same stars and stripes I've knelt down and given to a widow on behalf of a grateful nation.
Look at the shit.
Those very same
Now, goddamn, right? Ain't that some crazy shit? Let me I'm gonna replay this right quick. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. He fucking knew it. Exactly. So I'm going to just like pose right here. Look at that. Look at that shit. You guys seen this shit? All this stuff right here? All this stuff? The thing that got me the most was when he was taking pictures of the families. And there was this family member right here that looked right there. Okay? There was a family member that looked right there. Looked towards in the direction of what looks like a camera crew, right? That right there, okay? Now, the media policy for Arlington National Cemetery responds to media queries facilitates requests for media interviews and provides media escorts for Arlington, right? For public events, ceremonies, and funeral services deemed open to the media coverage. Photography is permitted within the grounds. Photographers who are members of a news organization need to make arrangement for a media escort. Who in the hell let this dude through?
Well, that goes to Public Affairs Command.
Nah, dude. I think Harold Earls used his fucking position as being a former commander of the guard there to get his own way to do it, and it was able to finagle somehow to get to get this imagery done. Dude, I'm fucking pissed.
Well, if he didn't get permissions, he's in violations of a crapload of stuff.
You know, this fucking performative patriotism bullshit. I'm sorry, man. I see a camera crew filming my family in the moment that they're going through some grief like this, and you honestly fucking think that I'm gonna sit there and just watch them do it?
I walked over there and decked him.
Yeah. Taking advantage of this shit? You really want to put yourself out like that, man, on uniform, man. In Georgia, right? Dude, I'm fucking beyond speechless. Fucking beyond speechless. Yeah, you all have. You have to. Yeah, you can cuss in there. Exactly. I was like, can I cuss on this? Go for it. You can cuss on it. Unreal, man. And this is what this dude's doing. Everything's fucking cool with that, right? I'm not fucking cool with that. You cool with that shit, Shipwreck?
Not at all.
Yeah. So
that struck a nerve with me. I just see violations left and right. I know he didn't get permission for most of that, and him being an officer, he should know better.
Yeah. Krista, hey, how you doing, Krista? In the Twitter media chat, even the families were allowed. It was prohibited to using ANC for political ads.
Yep.
Straight up, dude. Knowing damn well, using that position right there. You know, whether he wins or not, I don't give a shit. But I just think is that I'm, you know, what the hell? I don't even know what. Fuck, I don't even know what party he was fucking running for. Earls for Congress. Join the movement.
Well, the images of the ceremony of the unknown soldier and stuff, you can get a lot of that photography done out in the open.
Right. Some of that's B-roll, of course. You could do that, but when you're using that for fucking, you know what I mean? Oh, Gary's got a good point. He could lose his badge. You know, like I said, the beginning of the video was all about family and all. Yeah, that right there, all cool, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I hung up my uniform and had I had this and this. As soon as he started rolling into the fucking Arlington bullshit, dude. Is that his badge number right there? Captain Harold Earls 677.
Oh, we got a number to call?
Do we have a number to call? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh,
let's just call him right up and ask him.
Yeah, let's call him up. Let's see what's up. I don't think we haven't called anybody in a long time. Let's see here.
Oh, he's probably listening. So.
He's probably listening. He's like, yeah. I wonder if they're even open right now. Hang on. Let's see here. Let's call his ass up. Let's see here. Let me get on the phones here, and use this for some discussions. Let's see. Make sure I got that number right. Is that right? You guys aren't like punking me, right? That's a legit number. Well, we're gonna fucking find out in a minute. Oh shit.
Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
This is ICE, U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio. I think it cut off Shipwreck, though. We'll bring him back. Okay, so, yeah. I'm going to see right here. So, calling the number right here to the campaign. Thank you.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, this is ICE, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Just giving you guys a call to see if you guys would like to speak to us or hell anybody about freaking this campaign ad from old Harold Earls here. Feel free to call back at 415-889-8367. Mondays specifically, because that's during the the Monday edition. So feel free to call. So his number, guys, if you guys want to talk to him right there, it's 770-835-5410. We're not doxing. That is his fucking campaign number. So there you go. Oh, thank you for taking this message. Thank you so much. Oh, let me get there we go. Hang on. You there, Shipwreck?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. It just had to. Well, I appreciate you guys and gals for that number. Yeah, so I just had to sit there and make sure we got the numbers right. So that was his number. So feel free to grab it, and you guys will be able to do this. His number again. If you guys want to give him a buzz, where is it at? Everyone's like, get your hands out your pocket. You guys want me to talk about his haircut? His number is 770-835-5410. So again, we left the message at the Google Voice number here, and obviously so we left the number there, and we'll see what happens. And there's his contact right there in his. Thank you so much, Dan. Appreciate your help on this. But again, Harold there, man, dude, you fucked up. You could have went on any of the military. See, that's another thing, too. WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments allows anybody who is a veteran or of military service background to come on here and show their wares. We have had liberals. We have had Republicans. We've had everybody show up here to shoot the shit. Libertarians. We have George Jorgensen's campaign coming on here. We've had anti-Trumpers, pro-Trumpers, pro-Republicans, anti-Republicans, anti-left. We've had them all. If you're a veteran and you...
Party.
Yeah, any party.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're a veteran and you'd like to come on and you're running for office, come on here and shoot the shit with us. Don't be a fucking idiot like this dude right here and start posting some shit like this.
I think we should get our back office staff reach out and see if we can get them on the air.
Hell no, dude. Hey, why? See, all I'm gonna do is tell him to shut up.
I'll get my popcorn out for that day. It'll be a fun day. I could just see the chats of what they would say.
I'm just saying, dude. This is insane. I cannot get over the fact that this dude right here would even have the sack to do this. I'm just shocked. Now, waiving his 9 years of service, he's like, he graduated from West Point. From what his classmates have told me, someone with the cheese man or the roommate has been they've been telling me is that he's been talking about this all the time. I have some friends that have already posted some of his DMs and stuff like that. They're like the DMs of them breaking balls. So feel free to call. And Pookie says that he would like to. He would love to run for office, but the system is rigged. Well, everybody knows taxation is theft, Pookie. We know that, right? So
you're gonna have to tax him for his videos.
You're gonna have to tax him for his videos. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So little, old Harold Earls here doing that vid again, dude. I think what got me the most was the fact that that video showed that family, and the family like looked off, like they were distracted, like they realized something was going on, like a family member saw that, and I'm just like, you know what, dude, exactly that. That's a good point too, Dan. I mean, having to come on here to say, hey, look, dude, why would you want to do this and have a total lack of morals and respect for your, you know what I mean? It goes back to that performative patriotism shit. You know, when people do that kneeling in front of they're kneeling in front of something just so they can get the glam shot or something like that, especially when they're fucking running for office. Straight up, dude. Do you think it must be staged? Most of his time has been in West Point, so of his So apparently he had a he had an incident on
So did he break regulations, or he just has a lack of morals there?
No. Well, I mean, you think about it, it's like, why would you? Well, first off, it's both. He violated policy. How did he? Was he in when he took all those photos of him doing that? We don't know. But if he was in, then yes, he violated policy and violated regulation by filming that shit. If he was still in uniform, if he used that opportunity to do a bunch of fucking videos, to do stuff like that while in uniform, then yeah, moralistically, of course, dude. Why would you want to fucking? I don't want nobody.
Well, I was just asking because some fans are asking questions and bringing things up.
Yeah. His first sergeant just shit himself.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best.
Oh man, hey, sorry about that. I'm going through all these videos. People are like linking me in. So apparently, he was standing in the world's tallest peak in a roaring snowstorm. I guess he left his he left one of his Sherpa guides when he was on Mount Everest, and his dad had to text him and said, "Hey, look, dude, you got to fucking go back and get your Sherpa." I mean, So one of his classmates, if you're listening on U.S. Army WTF, the WTF Nation, and you're listening on Twitter, I know some of the classmates I know are listening right now. If you want to call it 415-889-8367, feel free to call in, and I'll if you want to shoot the shit and help me drag this kid, feel free to call 415-889-8367. If you served with this kid, Harold Earls, and he was your classmate in West Point, and you want to throw the freaking streets and throw the cheese may up, let me know. I'm more happy. Yeah, exactly that. He's been talking about it for some time. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. That's what the roommate is about. You know what I mean? So, look at, like I said, look at all these pictures, and he's like, it's my place. I need a kid. Look, my place, man. Shit. How about you finish some army time first before you start talking about your place? This is the picture right here. This is the picture right here. That's the scene that still gets me, man. Is that family receiving the fucking flag, and that one family member at the end of the row looking like they got distracted, and they're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like this was done on purpose or some shit. It's fucking disgusting, dude.
No, absolutely.
Gary's got some talking about the tomb guards sort of stuff like here. So look at that fucking gray right there. All that shit, dude. All that stuff. Wearing skinny jeans and shit. Fuck, dude.
Is he even old enough to run?
Graduated West Point, so. Was his nickname at the academy Spanking Hank? I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm waiting for some of his classmates to give us a call. Give us a buzz. Because I think they'll be more than happy to give us a buzz. Or 415-889-8367. If you served with this kid, Harold Earls. I can't believe you did this, man. You could have just come on WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments, and said you were running for office. Any veteran that like to, we've invited plenty of veterans who are running for office. We would have been more than happy to fucking have you come on and talk about what your platform is. On the Monday edition, of course, not during Sergeant's time. We'd be more than happy to talk about it. But do. Why does everybody want to be Captain America? I just want to be Captain Mind Your Business. Oh, man. Yeah, exactly that, Dan. The girl over there thinking with that one-sided smile at the camera. Yeah, exactly that. You can almost hear her think, that motherfucker. What the hell is he doing? Yeah, that just, I look.
There's no way public affairs approve of him doing that. He
Hell no.
down their ass.
Hell no, dude.
Big time.
Hell no. There's no way.
Time. I bet you someone's going to get a call tomorrow from public affairs.
The Earl for Congress? Oh, wait, look. No, look, that's the wrong one, dude. Everyone says that it got dropped. Is Twitter one of his Twitter accounts? Nope. Harold Earls. Feel free to throw love at his way. Harold Earls on Twitters. As a matter of fact, I should just drop his Twitter fucking account right there and just like let you guys want to go have at it? I'll let you have at it. Nothing wrong with that. I'll let the WTF Nation handle that. Let me grab some of this love here, and I'll make sure we get this squared away.
I wonder how long the video will stay up after you do that.
No way, dude. I ain't taking shit down. If someone asks me to take the video down, I'm gonna be like, nope. No.
When he takes the video down from his sites.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, there we go. If you guys have Twitter right there, every single platform that we're broadcasting live on, 2 Facebook pages on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So those are the platforms we're actively showing this little kid's face. Now, again, having your family on there, talking about family values, having your wife and your kids involved and stuff like that. Hey, that was great. Oh, that was like, that was pretty cool. I kind of like that. Oh, what's that? Robert Stamper? You look like you were in the guard. Look like you were in the old guard? Were you in the TOG? Did you do that shit? You know this kid right here? Using the tomb of the he was a tomb soldier, using his position to do a campaign video. Y'all see this shit? So that's what's going on with the image. I played a video earlier, dude. And it was him using the Tomb of the Unknowns. I don't mind freaking flashing all this shit again. Exactly that. The most private of fucking family moments, dude. Like that again. I keep looking at that picture again right there. That scene where that woman at the end of the row looks over while the flag is being presented, man. Bruh. Hey Dan, that's what I'm saying. I don't think the Arlington Public Affairs Office, I don't think they did. I don't think they had any knowledge of this, because this would have been pretty fucking, it would have been like, oh hey, what's going on?
A lot of that would be taken out of there in a heartbeat.
Right. I think the Arlington National Cemetery would have said, nah, we ain't doing this. You can't do that. No, that's not authorized. You know what I mean? So I think they would have been aware of it, and they are probably aware of it, as this thing broke. But there ain't no fucking way that they allowed this shit.
They're definitely aware of it now.
Well, yeah, no, now they knew now. They knew now.
Some campaign's office getting a call tomorrow.
Yep. I'm glad you guys got all that numbers there. I'm glad you guys got his Twitter. Feel free to drop any Twitter stuff, any information you want to let him know how you feel for doing that. Let him know how you feel about using the Arlington National Cemetery during the times of families that are most sensitive in their time of their lives. Losing a family member, being buried there on hallowed grounds. Yeah, don't call Arlington. I think he's out though, dude. I think he's out. That's why he's like running for office or something like that. You can't really run for office while you're in. So, but anyways, it's just like to.
Well, could you if you're in the reserves though?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't give a shit. I mean,
no, I'm curious now. So if someone in the reserves out there that could answer that question, let us know, because I'm curious now.
Well, I mean, he is. I will say this. He's. Let's see. Graduated from West Forsyth High School, member of the Army baseball team, went to graduate West Point in 2015 and ascended Mount Everest in 2016, and he and his wife, Rachel, welcomed their first child, and then welcomed their second. This is all public information, of course. I'm not doxing anybody. So everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are doxing." No, we're not. We're just fucking, calling it.
It's all public knowledge.
It's all public knowledge. Old guard whistleblower said, "Oh, hey, old guard, he's completely out of the Army." Okay, there you go. After hanging up the uniform of his massive amount of service that he's had, half of it in fucking school, I just wanted to drag him. This is the way it is. It's like, according to you guys are who's point. He is a Republican. He's a registered Republican. He's running for the general election in the House of Georgia District 6 on November 8th, 2022. Well, now that we know it's 2022, hey, Harold.
Did you see the video of him getting his hair cut?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a hard campaign for you, bro. This is gonna be a hard campaign. How about you apologize to Arlington National Cemetery and to the guards, the sentinels that guard the Tomb of the Unknowns? Publicly, and say it was wrong to do that, and the WTF Nation will be busting that ass on you. So this kid right here, again, he's like, dude, he's a kid. I mean, graduated West Point in 2015. So he's like, fuck, man, I feel old. Did you feel old when you hear about that? He graduated West Point in 2015. Yee, shit.
Yeah.
I feel like a fucking old man. Well, I am an old man. I'm a miserable old man. There you go. No, I'm not miserable. I'm just an old man. So.
You sure about it? Not a grumpy, miserable
No, just
old man.
grumpy. Exactly that, Gary. It's 2022. Shit, bruh. You have time to make this up. You have time right now to say, I am sorry. I apologize for using this imagery in my campaign video that was blasted out on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio on the 12th of April, 2021, broadcasting from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. I apologize. Matter of fact, you come on here and apologize. We'll open that shit up for you.
You put it out on April 8th, too.
Yeah.
Hasn't been out long.
Hasn't been out. I'm more than happy to do this. I am here to facilitate you. Help you to help you. If you apologize, then cool. We're cool, and we'll still leave our broadcast up. Sorry, we're just gonna have to, we're gonna leave that up. It's once it's kind of hard to take down. Once you broadcast it and podcast it on 14 different platforms, it's really hard to take it down. once you post them all that stuff up, but just do that. Learn and grow from this experience, Harold. Oh yeah, we're gonna be such a pain in your fucking ass, dude. You need to fill out your Ballotpedia freaking 2022 candidate connection survey. I hope none of you guys in the audience are running with this guy, or if you are part of his team, feel free to freaking let him know, hey, look, U.S. Army WTF Moments, the WTF Nation is really freaking ragging on you to knock that video off. Number 22 is a general. Yep, he has to win party's primary first. Yep, the internet is forever. Exactly that. Oh, quick recap, Katie. I'll be more than happy to give you a quick recap. So this guy right here that you see right there, this little guy right here going, I'm gonna destroy the world. I'm sorry, just kidding. Used Arlington National Cemetery as a backdrop for one of his political videos, and photographed very sensitive moments during families grieving. Visiting Arlington National Cemetery. He was a former tomb soldier, and had like a little badge and all that stuff. He even has it highlighted in the video. Let me see. Do I got that thing again? You want to see that video there? Here, hang on. Let me go back here, and there you go. Badge number 677. There you go.
Man, the comments on Twitter are brutal.
Exactly. I said the same thing. I was like, oh, baby, what is you doing? No, baby, what is you doing? Why?
They're brutal before we even put this.
Exactly, man. So, Harold, I'm giving you an opportunity to come on to WTF Nation and say, I shouldn't have done that. I apologize to the veteran community. I apologize to all service members and their families who have had family members buried and interred in Arlington National Cemetery. I apologize to the tomb soldiers. I apologize to the old guard. And I hereby, beg for your forgiveness or some shit like that of excellence. There you go. We can all grow from this. But until then, 2022 is a long time from here, and there'll be some memes for you.
They're about to come out of the factory.
Earl the Fourth? Is he like royalty? Exactly that. Oh, that's a good one, Dan. I wonder if number 676 and number 678 feel about their seeing their name next to the stuff. Yeah, exactly, man. This is messed up. And don't worry, Earl. This is tuned in to 1.3 million followers of the WTF Nation. Actually, probably 1.4. But we have audiences that are global right now that are currently listening to us in all sides of all the AORs and all geographic combatant commands. So we have audiences ranged from Australia all the way to Thailand to Korea. We even had some people listening from Fort Hood. I'm just kidding. Iraq, Afghanistan. We even have Paul. We have Nepal. Paul from Nepal. Hong Kong, Taipei. There you go. That is our. We got you covered, Earl. We got you covered, Harold. Oh man. So, we gotta do some house cleaning, bro.
That time already?
Yeah, it's already that time. 20. Well, shit, dude. We were like pretty busy, man. A lot of stuff happening.
Well, Earl there.
Yeah, Harold Earls. Yeah, Harold. Think about 1, 2, 3 of his namesake. Exactly that. Now they have electricity in the hood now. Exactly. So I'm gonna keep his face up while we're going through the.
I wonder if Private Murphy's gonna make anything on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. Let's. Hey, Private Murphy, you ought to do something too. Dishonoring the freaking. Dishonoring the.
He did the ghost gun quite well.
The ghost gun was fucking classic. It's awesome. I think it's awesome. But anyway, so tomorrow on Pop Culture Warrior, a USMC veteran, Matt Damaris, is going to be on to talk about Hustle and Brews. It's nonprofit Vets and Brews. And Vets and Brews is set up to where people can donate $10 to buy a veteran a brew, and the remainder of the balance goes to Operation Honor and Operation Honor Handcrafts flag cases for burials at Arlington National Cemetery. Wow, talk about a segue into the story, right? Yeah.
We'll talking about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, yeah. You can actually move to Georgia and establish residency for 3 months and qualify for the primary if you wanted to run against them for the Republican nomination. You guys want to do that? You guys want me to run?
Just got to be there for 3 days.
This is going to be 3 months.
Oh, 3 months.
Got to be here for 3 months.
I misheard that.
Oh, my God. Yeah, feel free, guys. Yeah, feel freaking free. Feel free to get on this dude, man. Because everyone's wanting to move. Everyone wants to move to Georgia now. So not only does this Operation Honor handcrafts flag cases for burials at Arlington National Cemetery. There you go. On Monday, April 19th, we're gonna have Mike Brown. He's the founder, and he's also a veteran too, of Rebel Metal Brewery. He'll be on to talk about opening up his brewery and his journey leading up to opening it. I mean, I love beer. I freaking, who doesn't love beer? And, speaking of Mark Baker, he's going to come on Tuesday, dude. April 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show, dude. He's going to come on. However, he's going to come on and talk about his show called, his new comic that he's doing based on the Harlem Hellfighters of World War I. It's going to be a badass fucking comic. It's already been posted before. We posted it already on the, did we post that? Yeah, we did. Yeah, Charlie Mike Comics. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's badass. Charlie Mike Comics. Mark Baker is going to be on 20 April. Tuesday with Pop Culture Warrior. He's going to be talking about his new comic. That comic just looks like badass. Look at that shit. That's some good shit, dude. I cannot wait.
Everything he does is good.
Yeah. He does some really good shit. This will be a 6th comic published under the Charlie Mike title series, but this is his first comic, his first fiction comic book. So it's going to be loosely based on the Harlem Hellfighters. I can't wait for that shit to happen. Thursday, Joshua Maria, the host and creator of Extra Duty Podcast, which features talks with real soldiers dealing with real problems through open discussion. That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm always, like I said before, I'm always up about happening new podcasters coming up. You hearing me, Braxton? My man, my ranch buddy, Braxton, he just opened up today his new podcast, and so I'm just letting everybody know. Shout out. Yeah, the unit was Double Tough. Exactly, Dan. It's a badass unit. So anybody who's talking about that stuff is going to be awesome. So, and then Tuesday, April 27th is going to be Eddie McClintock. He is the man. He has been on so many freaking shows. He's freaking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Supergirl, Sweetest Thing, Warehouse 13. He's got a serious background, and he's right up freaking the alley for freaking for CQ. Eddie McClintock's going to be on. Good friend of mine. I know him personally. Hey, I'm honored that we're getting to see more of we're getting more pop culture stuff, man. It's like freaking, it's kind of cool. I mean, that's some good shit. And then on Wednesday we're gonna release a movie trailer for the movie Last Out. Last Out is a play. Last Out, Elegy of a Green Beret. It's coming out. It's going to come out on Memorial Day. However, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio has been granted authorization to pre-screen with you guys, with the audience, on the 26th of May. On the 4-day weekend we have for Memorial Day, it's going to be our 2nd annual Memorial Day celebration of life. Because, like I said before, we want to honor our family, our fallen. We want to celebrate their lives. So we're going to have a multi-day, multi-event. It's going to be like a Memorial Day event. We're going to have the screening of Last Out, Elegy of the Green Beret, on the 26th of May. And then we're going to have concerts like we had last year. We're going to have three bands on the concert series. It's going to be awesome. Thursday, Friday, or is it Friday, Saturday? I think it was Thursday, Friday. I can't remember. Spanky's got the. I might be talking over turn. And then of course the Bayou Bandits. The Bayou Bandits are also going to play on Memorial Day. I will have my Memorial Day show, and then 1 June, Scott Mann, the creator, director, writer for the film Last Out, Elegy of the Green Beret, is going to be on Pop Culture Warrior. So it's basically going to be a Last Out celebration of life show series starting on the 26th of May. So please, it's going to start at 2000 Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be like a movie. It actually is a movie. It's not like a movie. It is a movie. Almost in the spirit of Hamilton. You ever see the musical Hamilton and all that stuff? And it's a play that was filmed and then they put it on a movie. They filmed it like a movie and now it's a movie. It's the same thing. Last Out, Elegy of a Green Beret is filmed. It is a play, and just pay attention to some of the videos and movie trailers that you're going to see this Wednesday. So every Wednesday there's going to be tidbits, there's going to be movie trailers coming out of this event, and you're going to see a lot of stuff about Last Out, Elegy of a Green Beret. I'm excited. I've been working with the team there to make sure Pop Culture Warrior is going to be good to go too. I mean, this whole effort with the WTF Nation crew and U.S. Army WTF Moments has been awesome to get this all started up, and I can't wait to highlight this. So I'm doing it vocally right now, but you guys and gals are going to see it posted. If you follow U.S. Army WTF Moment, the WTF Nation Radio on Twitter, you will already see that there's Last Out, Elegy of the Green Beret already posted out. They're already posting some of their first tidbits and snippets that you're going to see on here. So that's going to be awesome. So I think that's it. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and an occasional show on Friday, Saturday. Has Cos been doing stuff? Do we know? Has Cos been doing stuff? I haven't been.
He's been popping here and there.
Yeah.
Keep up with it, but
yeah, he's been busy though.
Yeah, he's been busting his butt with work.
Yeah, exactly. Pinups for Vets. We've had them on WTF Nation Radio, Robert. They've been guests before. They've been guests on air and have spoken to us before already. So yeah, they're a great group of gals. But at any rate, I just wanted to let you guys know about all the stuff that's happening with Last Out, Elegiva Green Beret. I'm excited. It's blood, sweat, and tears in this, and I cannot wait for the first trailer to drop on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and it is going to be awesome because sorry, I had to throw this freaking thing again because I'm excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be
Stars
great.
and Stripes. Now being.
But anyways, so with that, anything else you want to say? You got anything to say, dude? I've been like blabbing all fucking all day. What do you all show? What do you?
I'm gonna go grab my old Earl Grey tea and make a TV for me.
You make some tea. Everyone get on Harold Earls at Harold Earls on Twitter. Like I said, the Twitter account is in the chats. So if you want to give him a call and let him know what's up with that and tell him, hey, look, dude, he's only gonna be booked on the show if he has an apology or he pulls the video, and that's it. That's about as far as I can go. All right, that's it. And then
his voicemail is gonna be full tomorrow.
Right, they're gonna be answering. They're gonna answer the phone. What is this WTF Nation Radio? What is this? What the hell is that? What are you talking about? What's going on with that? Why would somebody do this shit? Why are they calling me? So, again, it's not Arlington National Cemetery's fault. They probably did not know about this because I know for a fact they would not have allowed that. They're really freaking strict when it comes to stuff like that. They will not allow this shit to happen. So
I believe in privacy for the family.
Right, exactly, and respect. Yeah, they even say that, man. So again, there's nothing else I can say about it. However, if you do want to call him, if you want to call his campaign number, 770-835-5410. Again, 770-835-5410 to his campaign office, and feel free to facilitate your feelings on his voice message. Oh my god. So with that, thank you guys, gals, for tuning in, and me and Shipwreck are out. See ya. Peace.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. And now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport, now sit back, relax, and watch us through the Hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planet America. Space Force, intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear all manly voices singing Space Force strong. Though critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space Force.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shot.